This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. Self-employed buyers. Mm-hmm. A unique group, but not here in Vegas. There's a lot of self-employed people.
A lot of small businesses.
A lot of small business people here. It's a little, they don't have that W-2 to turn into you guys. Say, here's what I make. Mm-hmm. They usually have a financial report from their business, and that financial report might not show as much money as cash flow might be different than profit. Let me just say it that way. How about if I say it that way? But there's programs out there for those guys. What do you have out there for them?
Well, there's regular conventional products too, as well as all the governments that can go full documentation. It might be a little bit more of a swing to try to get all the documentation in hand. Mm-hmm. But there are some products that are available that are coming out now for those self-employed borrowers that have been in business for 2 years that show a business license. Some of them can even go bank statement programs if they can't show it on paper.
Yeah, that's been the significant leap forward has been the bank statement programs as an option. Because at the end of the day, the self-employed people, they tend to take advantage of every legal write-off that they have, right?
As they should.
And then when we as lenders go to look at it, we end up seeing, wow, you wrote off all this money, you showed very little profit and that allows you to pay little tax, right? But now I'm thinking I have to loan you hundreds of thousands of dollars and you're making no money, right? So that's a problem. I think the right way to look at it is it becomes more about your cash flow as a self-employed or a business person as opposed to after you choose expenses. Because many people, they decide how much they're going to spend based upon how much money they make, right? And therefore, they're trying to support their business, and cash flow is a better way to kind of judge the risk of that person borrowing money.
Well, and with that, because the laws had changed in our industry over the years, it was the ability to repay that loan.
Yeah.
So if you can clearly show that on a bank statement, in a 12-month period or a 24-month period, we know that you can do it.
Yep.
Right? If you didn't and you're writing off all of these expenses and you're not making anything on paper, how do we know that you have the ability to repay that loan?
You're going to get vetted, and you're not going to like the process. Let me also tell you, it's not a fun process. They're going to really, the investors want to know everything they can.
And they mitigate risk. The size of your down payment, the cost of your interest rate, all that, there's a balance, there's a trade-off. The less you're going to provide, the less security you're giving to them in vetting you as a borrower, they're going to make up for in making the loan more secure by having more down payment, having a higher interest rate.
Vetting everyone has made our real estate market that much more stable.
Yes.
Yeah, it has.
Everyone that owns homes now has a skin in the game, so to speak, and they've been properly vetted so that we're not going to have the same issue that we had back then, where people
really the only ones we should lose now are those that have the job loss, have the income disruptions, those kind of things. It's not because the question wasn't asked.
And look, I know my clients get upset, like you said. Gee, I never had to do that before. But I remind them, I say, guys, this is how we're protecting the market. This is
and it's not personal. It's exactly because it's not about you as an individual.
Right.
I tell them, you're not unique. Everyone's upset.
Yeah.
Everyone's upset about that.
And it becomes perspective, right? Those who didn't think they could are grateful for that process because it does get them, and when they do get that house, they're grateful.
Yep.
Those who feel entitled tend to be a little less happy about the process.
That is true.
It's kind of like when you go to the counter at the department store and you pull out the credit card and you hand it to the person and they say, hey, I need to see some ID. Some people take offense at that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, why would you take offense at that? Yeah. They're making sure your card wasn't stolen, guys.
Right.
The best thing I like to do is remind that consumer, hey, you are asking to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
This is about what we need to do.
Yep.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening. And remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 a.m. KDWN.